So hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So one of the most anticipated compact crossovers is now on my channel. This is the all new 2024 Honda CR-V. So wow, what a step up from the previous generation. So I have a complete review of that too. Check it out on my channel. So I'd like to thank everyone here at Honda Cars Green Hills for making this walk around review possible, and as well big thanks to Honda Cars Philippines for inviting me for the launch of this yesterday at Grand Hyatt Hotel. I couldn't shoot it there for obvious reasons, but at least I did tour the RS HEV van. So I will do some snippets of it in this walk around review too. So this is the middle variant of the CR-V. So this is the VX Turbo, and it looks good, I have to say. So biggest eye-catching feature for me are the wheels and tires. These are 18-inch wheels running on Michelin E-Primacy tires. Sarap! So here at the front of this all-new CR-V, I mean, it looks more macho than ever before. It looks like a grown-up Civic. I have to say, there's a lot of gloss black here around in the grille. And if you go for the HEV brand, there's blue accents around the Honda logo. The Honda logo is pretty big, as you can see. It's already the size of my hand. The ground clearance of this VX Turbo and the V-Base model is at 208 millimeters. But if you go for the HEV brand, it's just minus 10 millimeters. You get LED lights and repeaters along with LED fog lamps down here below. So another eye-catching feature I found out here. So I don't know why these have amber reflectors on either side. So usually that indicates that this is a USDM model. Interesting. So too, on the side profile of this, it is much longer and much taller than the previous gen, but I do love the side profile of this, especially for the HEV brand with that red color. Oh yeah, as you can see in the shot of the HEV, for some reason, the cladding is body color, but for the lower brands like this one, this cladding is all blacked out. But anyway, it's just something I observed only. So you have LED repeaters with cameras underneath. First time I've encountered too with a Honda, with the HEV brand, you get a sunroof. But the lower models, they don't get that feature. So as well, biggest talking points now with the all-new CR-Vs. There's an extra LED light over here for opening the engine hood. So I never seen that feature before. So good detail on that. No? So opening the hood of the CR-V, we were all stunned during the launch of this because this is the first CR-V that I've encountered that has, that was an epic fail, sorry, gas struts on either side. That's pretty amazing. So this VX Turbo is powered by a 1.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine that produces 190 horsepower and 240 Newton meters of torque. So this one and the lower grade variant is mated to a CVT transmission, and this VX Turbo is the only one in the entire lineup that is all-wheel drive. So pretty interesting. So bit weird, the HEV and the base model V Turbo are only front wheel drive. So as you notice too, I said 1.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. So this is actually the same engine like with that of the CT and the Civic, but as you can see the code name here, L15C2. So this has different tuning and internals, and to the turbocharger somewhere here in front. And I noticed too during the launch of this, there's a lot of space here in the engine bay, like in front, and as well being a turbocharged engine, usually they're a little bit more complicated. I mean, look at all the hoses and wires over here. But that again, Honda cleverly designed it so you can actually access all of it. So Honda being Honda, this will be very easy to maintain. So if we go now to with the HEV variant, so that one is powered by 2-liter Atkinson cycle naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine, including with the battery motor itself, produces 184 horsepower and 335 Newton meters of torque. That sounds pretty meaty. And that one is mated to an electronic CVT since it's connected to the electric motors itself. So I can't wait to dive all of this, hopefully the non-hybrid and the hybrid version. So yeah, that's it with the engine. Let's check out the rear. There's a lot more to talk about too. So here now at the rear of the all-new CR-V, first thing I noticed immediately that LED taillight assemblies look like a Swedish car brand and a Japanese MPV. Guess in the comments on what that is. So overall here at the rear for this VX Turbo and the HEV RS model, it looks stunning. I mean, this is probably the best looking rear of any CR-V if you don't include the first gen, which I still love actually. Anyway, so here for this VX Turbo, you get VTEC Yo Turbo for the HEV RS. It's an HEV RS. And you have exhaust over here with surrounds on them. Okay, at least it goes to, they have a purpose anyway. So too with this VX Turbo, along with the HEV variant, this has an electronic tailgate. So before continuing, I'd like to thank as well again to Honda Cars Philippines for this soft bag and this bowling bag. I really needed this bowling bag. Thank you so much. You'll see it in a lot more videos. So anyways, back here at the booth, with all of the seats up, you have a total of 150 liters. Very important with all CRVs, you have a 12-volt socket here on the left side along with an LED light. So completely blank here on the right side. And you have an adjustable floor over here. Please don't break. There you go. So it makes the floor even flatter at least. And sadly for the HEV RS variant, it's only a 5-seater. So I can see the market for this VX Turbo middle variant. And why is it only a 5-seater for the hybrid model? Because that's to accommodate all the batteries at the rear. And if you fold the third row down, it totals at 589 liters. But if you go for the HEV hybrid model, it's minus 8 liters. Yet again because of the batteries. And finally, if you fold all of the seats down now, it's 1,671 liters. And if you go for the hybrid model, it's 1,457 liters. Yet again because of the batteries underneath. One more thing I noticed here. So you have buttons here for your electronic tailgate, of course, but it's very unique for the CRV. You can set the height over here and you have that walkaway feature. If you want to close the tailgate, then the car will lock itself. I find this intriguing with the height adjustment that you can set it here or in the infotainment system, because most cars nowadays, well, crossovers in general, you have to set the height in the infotainment system. So with that, let's check out the interior. So this is the interior of the all-new Honda CR-V. So first impressions immediately during the, I keep forgetting that feature now. So you have that grand entrance for every new Honda now with the instrument cluster. So this is exactly the same too like with the HEV, but it has a different display. This one has a tachometer, the hybrid model has a power meter instead. So overall here in the interior, it's like with almost every modern Honda now. So this one looks exactly the same like with the Honda Civic, but this one looks a little bit better because of this wooden trim over here. But if you go for the HEV variant, yet again, that one's a metal trim instead of wood. But very weird that this has the wood trim, because usually wood screams the premium side of things. Anyway, so here in the door card, you have that wooden trim yet again. Sorry, this one's all covered in plastic. Memory seat buttons over here and window switches. And two, you have 8-way power adjustments for both front seats. And I find it hilarious, the adjustment switch here is really long, but I mean, it does the job. I mean, as you can see, right, set it to my position. There you go. So here in the left side of the dashboard, you have that honeycomb air conditioning vent yet again, headlight leveler adjustment, electronic stability control button, tailgate button. Only one blank for this VX Turbo. I didn't check out the HEV's buttons piece. So here in the steering wheel, looks like every other modern Honda again. So you have your volume adjustments and your voice command button on the left side, and on the right side you have your adaptive cruise control buttons. And I love this toggle switch here on either side. So the one on the right actually adjusts for the display in your instrument cluster. So as you can see in the instrument cluster, there's a lot of adjustments yet again, very similar like with the Honda Civics and the HR-V. Oh, telescopic steering wheel. And two, for this VX Turbo, my favorite feature, you have paddle shifters. You have your 9-inch infotainment system with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. As well, this one has a multi-reverse camera with a 360-degree top-down view. Quality is alright. I would say it's even better than that of the Civics. And as well, transitioning from left to right with the apps is actually pretty good too. And then here, going back to the dashboard, a lot of squeegee material, so good quality yet again. I really dig this honeycomb air conditioning vents over here. And then like with the Civic, love that sound. So it's like a toggle for launching your missiles. So anyways, so below the vents you have your air conditioning controls and knobs. Further down below you have your USB-C port, a USB port, a 12-volt socket, and a wireless charging pad with a cubby space. Fits my phone perfectly too. And then here around in the gear shift, you have your auto hold function, electronic parking brake, hill descent control, and your econ mode. So here the seats too, these are all leather, but if you go for the HEV brand, it has red stitching all around it. And then above here you have your sunglasses holder along with a mirror, so you can see everyone in the back. So if you want to fit the entire Red Bull team, you can see everyone there. And then further in front you have your LED lights. Then sun visor, you have a vanity mirror with a halogen light. First Honda I've encountered that has sun visor extensions. Good job, Honda. And back here in the center console, behind the gear shift, you have two cup holders and a cubby space, which ironically fits my phone, but it's better off to put something else there. And then center console box. Okay, there's a tray here. And then the space is actually huge. There's as well an LED light just inside. And then here, glove box. Oh, that's small because you only can fit the manual, nothing else. Also, all new with this Honda CR-V is the Honda Connect services. So it's like with every Japanese brand now who are incorporating where you can access everything in your phone. As well too, you have a 3-year free subscription from Honda themselves when you buy a new CR-V. And two, all variants, even the base model, are equipped with Honda Sensing, which is very, very good. Although the HEV is the only one that gets adaptive beams for the headlights. So yeah, that's pretty much here in front of this all new CR-V. Let's check out the second and third row for this VX Turbo. So this is the second and third row of the all new Honda CR-V. So here in the door card, exactly the same like the ones in front. You still get the wooden trim over here and gloss black materials all around. So for this VX Turbo, this is equipped with 8 speakers, but if you go for the HEV model, that is equipped with a Bose sound system that has 12 speakers. So can't wait to hear that soon. So here's space in the back of this all new CR-V. It's much bigger than before. So feet room, knee room is infinite. My headroom, I wish it could be better, but as you can see, my headroom is still pretty good. I'm 5'4" by the way. And if I sit in the middle, the transmission tunnel is wide but very small only. You can put your feet whatever you want. The seat in the middle is a little bit elevated and the headroom is not that much affected, so it's alright too. And sitting in the middle is a little bit stiffer because of the central armrest. Speaking of, this is my only complaint with this CR-V. So you have two cup holders here, but you have these things. Yeah, it just looks weird, sorry. So here in the middle, you have two air conditioning vents and two USB-C ports, and two you have map pockets on either side, cubby spacious cup holders on either side too. So biggest eye-catching feature with this VX Turbo, well, even the HEV, remember this VX Turbo does not have a sunroof, but you get, as so-called because I've never ridden an airplane before, you have touch-sensitive LED lights over here. You can even touch it around in the rim itself, then it will turn on. And they're pretty bright too, I mean, look at that. And two, for the second and third row, you have your air conditioning vents over here, but weirdly, the switches are here only at the right side. But hey, at least there still is. And then going to the third row, it's actually pretty easy. You have to get out first. I mean, you can do it this way to fold. I mean, the old school way, yeah? You can fold it that way, or you can do this instead. So, pull this latch over here on top of the seat. Then you arrive here at the third row. So okay, that's pretty decent, but I'll fold it so you can see me. So space here is pretty decent. I mean, my feet room is so-so, but my knee room is actually pretty good too if you set that all the way forward too. So it's best for small adults and kids here at the back, but sitting here is still comfortable thanks again to the leather seat. Headrest, okay, pretty good too. And on either side too of this CR-V, you have this thing that can hold bottles, cups, and whatnot. So yeah, that's a walkthrough of this interior. So for this all new CR-V VX Turbo non-hybrid, this one costs 2,280,000 pesos. So yeah, it's already above the 2 million peso mark, but actually you got everything you need already. The Honda Connect services and the Honda Sensing too. Even for the base model, let's not forget. Now, if you go for the RS HEV model, that will cost 2,590,000 pesos. It's a little bit more expensive than this non-hybrid model. However, though, you get the hybrid system and a lot more premiumness over it. So yeah, this concludes my walk-around review of this Honda CR-V VX Turbo. and a little bit of the snippets of the Hybrid 2. So I'd like to thank everyone again here at Honda Cars Genius for making this walk around review possible, and thank you again to Honda Cars Philippines for inviting me for the launch of this all new Honda CR-V. So hopefully we can test these guys out soon. So hope you guys like and subscribe, and I will see you with the test drives of this all new CR-V coming soon. Bye bye.